We have another jam-packed night of Southern Classic Chicken Friday football fever, and my co-anchor Alex Anderson is back on set in studio. But today, you've got a preview of all the action for tonight.
Yeah, and we have a lot of action tonight. It's high school football in Northwest Louisiana, East Texas, and Arkansas, and it's kind of the stuff we see week in and week out. But this week, we're getting to the point of the season where we started district play in most of our leagues locally. And that's when the games start to get a little more intense, right? Mm-hmm. You look at a group of teams that, look, we don't know who's going to win a state championship, but a district championship is out there, right? It's up for the taking. So a lot of intensity on the field tonight. But of course, the biggest game we've got in our game of the week is North DeSoto and Northwood. Two bitter rivals. Those communities of Blanchard and Stonewall, they do not like each other. You go out to each practice, no matter what time of year you go out, they're talking about the other one. It's, you know, wow, we got to beat Northwood, or we got to beat North DeSoto. And there's some interesting storylines going into this game tonight, something we haven't seen really in this matchup. For the past you go back 3 years through this rivalry. North DeSoto was making runs to the Superdome, but somehow Northwood was always finding a way to beat them. So 3 years ago, they won 2 in a row. But then last year, North DeSoto went to Blanchard and hung 60 on Northwood. And regardless of the Falcons, what kind of year they're having, up or down, that's very uncharacteristic of them. And when I was at practice earlier in August, I didn't even have to ask the question. And I asked something about last season, and every single player, every coach I talked to said the same thing. We can't let that happen to us again against North DeSoto. They were embarrassed by that. And Coach Brown said it to Daniel yesterday in the Game of the Week preview. So, so obviously the Falcons are fired up. But then you turn the page to North DeSoto, they've kind of got a chip on their shoulder right now, too. They've lost their last 2 games. Their star wide receiver, Cole Corey, may miss the rest of the season with an injury, so they have a lot to prove tonight as well. So Daniel's going to be at that game. He's going to be live all night, and it's just, I cannot wait for this one.
Sounds like one you don't want to miss. Okay, Alex, what other headlines do we need to watch out for tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking at Airline tonight. They host Evangel. Evangel did lose to Byrd last week. So we're curious as to where they're going to shake up in this district. They are young, but they are talented. Airline is another great test for the Eagles. Airline undefeated right now, one of the favorites in this league. They put up points at a pace that no one else does. We're sending Sydney out there, and so she'll be live, and hopefully she'll have time to get all those points, because there's going to be a lot of them scored in that game, we think. Sometimes we're not always right. But we're also looking at Minden tonight. Minden's undefeated. They're looking really good at this point of the season, and they host Woodlawn, so that'll be a good district test for them as well. We've got, I believe, a little over 20 games coming up tonight. We've got our top 5 plays, the Southern Classic Chicken Crunch of the night, all the bells and whistles that you're used to, but some really good football games as well.
Awesome. And when people are on the way out to the game, make sure you grab a jumbo combo when you're at Southern Classic Chicken.
Yeah, and send it up to our boss, George. He's been asking me. He literally just asked me for one about 10 minutes ago. So, yeah, let's do that. And important to note that we are back to our usual time and place this week. So it'll be right here on KPXJ at 10:30. We got an hour of high school football for you, some of the best you'll see anywhere.